A lot of beer drinking and a lot of singing to be done next year. It'll be a good time. Max Flint is going to have a ball in Riga. I think the Estonians are quite dour. This contest has been characterised by acrimony from the split with Tanel and Dave and a lot of the tensions this week. I think it'll be a lot more light-hearted next year in Riga.
You're absolutely right, because the Estonian, there's a tragic backstory to what happened to the two boys that won last year. Do you know about this, Sonia?
I've heard a little bit about it, yeah.
Well, you've just been gossiping, haven't you?
Yes, well, yes, basically Tanel and Dave, he was a lovely old big black man from another country.
First time a black guy's ever been a winner of the Eurovision.
Very well put, yes, Jenny. And he came over to Latvia, what country was it? Estonia. And he married a lovely Estonian woman. He'd never had any happiness in his life. He wins Eurovision with his tiny little child.
Tanel was not a child, he was about 22.
He's a man-child.
The pretty boy, you just saw them for the first time together.
He's a lovely boy, isn't he? Lovely, very
pretty boy.
Oh, he's got self-destruct written over his forehead, that poor boy.
Yeah.
And they came together, a bit of a Chas and Dave thing, they came together for Eurovision, and then all the success, you know, they were seen by millions and millions of 80 billion people around the world. 2 weeks later, they split up, the song was never released.
And Tanel started drinking. Now then, Sonia then, any big disappointment for you?
Well, we know about your big disappointment.
Oh, stop it
Focus
now.
on tonight, Sonia.
I find it was all very odd. I didn't expect them to win at all. I mean, I think the whole gimmick thing won it for them. And the whole the dance thing with the hats and
you
as you said, the
were
boys
saying Ricky Martin.
Yes, totally.
You're saying a slimmed down Ricky Martin.
She looked great.
In a dress.
She had a lot of confidence.
Martin, wasn't it?
She was a good performer.
She was very good.
Let's take nothing away from this woman. She's a good performer. But how do we feel for Jessica, who came?
Third.
Everybody, a big cheer. That's actually quite good for us,
It's
isn't
fantastic. It's a really good result for the United Kingdom. The last few years we've done desperately badly, and that's puts us right back at the top of the leaderboard where the UK traditionally is. I think she can be very, very happy with that result.
So she can sort of hold her head up with pride.
I think so. I think she's honestly exceeded all expectations, really.
Did
from
she
singing
beat the
in second,
Estonian
which is the
bird?
worst spot to
Yeah.
sing in. No one's ever won from second. It's the graveyard slot, and to come third from there, Gina G with a great song could only come 8th when she was song number 2. So I think Jessica really has pulled out the stops tonight and done
so well done, the garlic.
Yeah,
And she's been on our record. Came 9th in Pop Idol tonight. She's failing upwards.
Yeah, she's doing very, very well. And do you think that this is a good... Oh, sorry, are we being heckled from the crowd? Are we getting rowdy? Oh, this stopped now.
And you.
They wanted Denmark to win.
Sonia, she's there.
I think that it was a shame. I think Denmark actually deserved to do better than they did.
Yeah.
But they came very low points.
Last, I think.
They came last, in fact. Let's put no finer point on it. But nobody tonight scored the score of shame, which is the nul point.
Macedonia did very well, didn't they?
No, they didn't. They did appallingly.
Who was it that's their best is coming 17th, and tonight they did quite...
The Romanians
I want to say Ethiopia, but they got
before tonight, the Romanians have a 100% relegation record.
Right, you know what you were saying before, sorry to interrupt, Liam, but I've just heard in my ear that we're going back to Max in Estonia. He's at the party and no one else has arrived. So I think we should join him. Hello, Max. Do you think that the Eurovision Song Contest is in danger of becoming cool?
For me, it's always been cool.
Yeah, but you're quite a sad old anorak, aren't you?
Well,
I mean, you're not
possibly
normal.
the reason why. Well, that's certainly true. That's certainly true. I've even worn a shirt to match the logo. That's how I'm normal.
That's your attention to
Jenny,
detail.
I'm such an anorak. The attention to detail. I've brought you both some Eurovision 2002 chocolate.
Where
with
did you
the
get
logo.
that from?
Well, there's an old Polish saying it's important to have connections in the chocolate industry.
Pithy.
And so I had it in. Well, it's Polish for you. So I've had it imported for you, especially.
It's too good to break into.
Max has been waving it around all week on screen. I thought I have to get hold of some of that.
Do you know, I have this sort of slight feeling of what a real nightmare would be. You know, stuck on a train that's broken down, trapped between you two, just giving me Eurovision facts all the time.
Are you a bit Euroed out, Jenny?
It could come in useful.
But do you know
maybe.
what? One of the top moments for a lot of people this evening were the Slovenian air hostesses.
Oh,
I think we had to have another look.
Definitely.
Come on in.
Do we know where they came? Can we find out what number they were?
Where did they come?
12.
No, actually, no, I think lower. No, it's 12. So 13, 14, 15.
I think they should have
15.
could have come further for sheer guts. I really
Yeah, it was a bit of a second-hand idea.
I think
It's a bit Glenn Miller,
Has
isn't
it
it?
been done before?
Yeah,
Well,
the
it's
Dana
Dana International.
International.
You've got to top that.
Dana International is a transsexual, and these people are drag queens.
Which is a, it's a bit
yeah.
easier, isn't it?
I don't think it is the same thing, in all honesty.
Middle man a girl.
Yes,
they're all.
Is it? The middle man is a
The
girl.
middle one in white is a girl.
Oh, in white,
Yeah.
yeah, the ones in white, the backing ones.
Sorry,
yeah.
I meant the middle.
Yeah. That is not,
That's
Well,
tricky.
yes, very much appreciated by our studio
That's
audience.
my boy band of the night, definitely.
That's your boy band of the
Yeah,
night, is it,
definitely.
Liam?
Oh, Russia,
But
fat
they
Russia.
deserve marks for sheer guts.
But there was a little bit of argument about gender. Were the
Yeah.
backing singers women dressed as
No,
men?
one, I think.
One was.
One in the middle.
Was a woman, I think.
Listen,
Okay, talking about gender, was one of the women in the Swedish group, was she a bloke? Or am I just
No, I
very
think they were
confused?
just old troopers, those three.
Right.
Quality old
Oh,
troopers.
the Swedish thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the big girl that shouldn't wear a bra top.
I think the jury is still out on that
They were
one.
cool.
We may have to do a whole
They were
vote.
cool.
Your
Hey, listen,
highlights
you're
of this
meant to
year?
be judging
It was-
the music, not the gender.
Oh yeah,
Not-
right.
It's
that's
not
what
about
it's all
appendages.
about.
It's not about appendages, Jan Leeming. Good point.
Jan Leeming has just said the Eurovision Song Contest is about the music.
I'm with Jan on that. I'm sorry, I'm a
Thank
bit
you.
of a fundamentalist when it comes to these.
And you're stuck on the train with us, so.
Oh my goodness, I think now, time now.
Jan's driving the train.
Moving swiftly on, we're going now to the final leg in our A to Z of Eurovision Gold.
Terrific.
Well, what can you say? So much culture, so much history, so many sequins. But oddly prophetic that one of the groups there called themselves Zero and they went away with nothing.
I think that was just telling you what they got. I don't think there's been an act called Zero in the Eurovision. Oddly enough, one of
No, I
those.
think the band was honestly called Zero and they went away with nil point. Or am I just making that up?
I
It
think,
sounds good.
I've
I
been
get
here
with
for
it.
a very
I
long
think that's
time
something
now.
that could happen in the next few years.
Well, yes, talking about what could happen in the next couple of years, what about relegation?
Well, this is what we've worked out. This is who we think is going to be relegated from next year. Bearing in mind there are some countries, including us, that could never be relegated because we
Because we pay
we
to be
buy the
involved
contest.
every year.
Yeah, it's money, baby, that talks. Denmark, they're too poor. Lithuania, Switzerland, always so neutral. Finland and Macedonia.
So
I don't know what's going to happen to
Well,
them.
we
There'll be
might
more
not
than
see
that.
them next year.
No.
There'll be more than that because there's 10 countries on the list waiting to come in next year.
Is it
Germany.
like football?
I don't know quite
I
how it
don't
works.
understand
Ask these
There-
two.
there-
Get stuck on a train
There are-
with these two.
There are 10 countries on the list waiting to come in next year. 4 completely original countries: Belarus, the Ukraine, Serbia, Montenegro, and Albania. And then the 6 that were relegated last year. So
All chomping at the bit,
all
trying to
10
scratch their way
are
back in.
Ireland,
passive
Italy.
participants, they're called this year. They'll all be back next year. So 9 or 10 of these have got to go. So
Germany should, by rights, Germany should be one of the ones to go, but because they spend so much money, they're described as one of the big 4 countries who pays lots towards Eurovision,
Yeah.
and they could do so
They'll be
badly
back.
and it wouldn't make any difference.
We are going to go back to. I don't know whether we've got Max live in Estonia, but I think very much Max. I think the white lace trouser suit might have had something to do with the voting there. Do you not think? She did look gorgeous.
yes, I think aesthetically she would have picked, and the Latvians as well. They would
She
have picked
was
up a lot of points.
aesthetically pleasing, wasn't she?
I believe so.
Now, we've closed our poll vote now, you know, our computer thingy that people could log on
Yes.
and say who is their favourite all-time winners.
Yes.
Here on the sofa, Liam, your favourite Eurovision winner of all time.
Well, I was watching the Brotherhood of Man earlier, and they were fantastic, weren't they?
Yeah.
I had forgotten just how good they are, but I think probably Waterloo is my absolute all-time favourite. It's my earliest Eurovision memory. It's ABBA, and they're just a glorious act, aren't they?
It'll be very interesting to see whether they've actually won, though. Jan, your own personal
I'm
favourite.
sorry to say I have to agree. I mean, you know,
We're showing our age, I think.
aren't we?
It was our generation, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it since
All right, Liam,
82.
you're 6, I was 14. Now, you actually have the results of the web poll winner in
Yes.
your sticky hands.
Yes, and in humiliatingly last place, Boom Bang a Bang by
No,
Lulu.
that's my favourite.
Yes, Lulu was the scourge of Eurovision. And then we're just going to go into third place was Diva by Dana International. You may remember her. Second was the aforementioned Waterloo by ABBA. And then the, yes, with 24.3% of the vote. And then first was Love Shine a Light by Katrina and the Waves, which we've heard earlier. We loved it, so we're not going to play it, are we?
Well, let's
We are going to play it. Yes, I think we are.
Well done to Katrina.
The voices
We will
in my
play
head.
Katrina and the
Katrina
Waves.
and the Waves.